So let's say you have a lot of projects to manage for work or for home or even for hobby. Well, no matter what project management system you're using, the philosopher Aristotle has a tool from the 4th century that'll help you navigate any number of projects easily, find the right task to work on right now, and pick a project back up easily even after months of delay. This is Ancient Tools Every Day. Aristotle said that creating something new happens in 3 and only 3 steps. Invention, arrangement, and elocution. Invention means gathering an inventory of raw materials. Arrangement means putting them into a structure that makes sense. And elocution means polishing them into a finished product. Elocution just means expressing. Those are fancy, old-fashioned terms. You could actually call them by these names if you want. The point is the same. And of course, depending what you're creating, your raw materials could be physical objects or they could be ideas. If you're creating an essay, the stages would be researching your ideas, writing an outline that puts those ideas in the best order, and then writing an essay that explains them in the best words. These are pretty archaic terms, so I want to make sure you've got them before we move on. I'm going to give you one more example. When I wrote this video, I had to decide what ideas are going in it, who Aristotle was, what invention, arrangement, and elocution all are. And of course the practical tip I'm going to share once I get done with this explanation part. That's the invention. Next I had to ask, what order do I say all of this stuff in? Because these are new foreign terms and I have to put them in an order that makes sense. That's the arrangement. Finally I had to write a script that expressed those ideas in a way that was engaging instead of sounding boring like I was reading out of a boring book about Aristotle. See, these are things you're already doing. The point of this video is that knowing the names, invention, arrangement, and elocution is going to allow you to use them as tools to do the 3 things I promised at the beginning of this video. Navigate many projects at a time. Tag tasks according to your energy level. You know, because you don't want to do your creative, inventive work at the end of the day when you're exhausted. Or your mindless clerical tasks at the beginning of the day when you're bursting with energy for other things. And those are just examples from my day and my rhythm. You know, change that to fit whatever it is for you. You want to do the right task at the right time. And thirdly, be able to pick up a project after any amount of delay, know exactly what kind of task, what energy level you're going to be dealing with without having to spend a lot of time reacquainting yourself with this project. Let's go see how. Now for my project management, I happen to use a Kanban chart. That's where the columns represent the various steps your project is going to move through, and individual projects can move forward or backward to reflect what step they're on. So you can tell at a glance exactly where you left off. At the end I'll link to a video about Kanbans, but the way that I use invention, arrangement, and elocution within this could be adapted to any project management system. So now that we got that out of the way, let's see how we can put Aristotle's 3 tools to work. I make videos full-time, so the steps in my Kanban are the steps of a video production. And there are a lot of steps in video production, so my Kanban gets a little unwieldy. I don't want to be distracted looking at all of these columns when I come into work. So what I do is color code my columns according to inventive tasks, deciding what the video is going to be about, arranging tasks, writing a script for the video, and elocuting tasks, shooting, editing, and publishing the video. And that helps me navigate. I'll come in and say, I'm not even going to look at those yellow columns today, because I've got elocution work to do. But it doesn't stop there. Each of these phases has its own invention, arrangement, and elocution within it. I even put a sub invention, arrangement, elocution color code within these. Within the whole invention area, there's brainstorming what videos we want to do and developing the really hot ones, which are pure invention, but there's also prioritizing those against other projects, which is more of an arrangement task, and then expressing those concepts to my supervisor, which is elocution. In the arrangement area, the writing of the script, I have to gather an inventory of talking points from colleagues. I have to write the outline, which is true arrangement, and then express those ideas as a script and a storyboard, which is elocution. And as you might have guessed, in the elocution area, the making the video, there is invention, designing the props, gathering the actors, shooting the shots, there is arrangement, editing the footage, and there is elocution as I publish the video in a way that it will hopefully get some traffic on YouTube. Does that make sense? Even though shooting is elocuting what we wrote already, it's creating an inventory of stuff for us to use in the final product. So now when I'm in a creative mood, or an organizing mood, or a mindless clerical mood, an emailing mood, an expressing in writing mood, I can see at a glance what tasks I can jump into. And for promise number 3, all of this can help me come back to a project after any amount of time, because for me, projects often involve input from other departments, finding times people are available to shoot, and know exactly what's next, exactly what kind of task it is, creative, organizing, clerical, etc., and take off with it like no time has gone by. So that's my workflow. I hope it wasn't too video specific. But the principle that projects can be divided into invention, arrangement, and elocution is something you can apply to any kind of tasks that you're doing. I hope these categories are already giving you new ways to think about your tasks in orderly compartments, and that you find new ways to use them every day. We believe these tools, the tools of classical education, are the way that children and adults naturally function. So check out the rest of this series, or if you're interested in homeschooling, go to our website and find a Classical Conversations community near you. This is Ancient Tools Every Day. I'll see you next time.